Hey guys, welcome back to the Wind Waker walkthrough. We are going to be starting to save Errol, so it's no easy task. We have to say goodbye to our grandma first and possibly get that shield, so it's time for that. I decided to cut some grass to get some extra rupees. I don't know why, maybe just to talk about all this, but oh, I didn't mean to talk to her, it was an accident, but she's basically gonna be all worried as well as good citizens should be, but it's not our concern though. But anyway, it's time to go ahead and collect that shield, which is what we were set off to do in the first place. And Grandma here, she's got a very uneasy look to her. She's not quite sure what's happened, but whatever, we're here to get the shield. And it's not there. So the only explanation is if she took it. So she is kind enough to go ahead and give the shield to us. And now she's aware of what happened. Alright. Very sad, truly, but we're off. We must go. Now that we've got everything we need. We got the shield, and we got confidence. We also got Grandma's confidence in us, so that's always great. And you use the R button to use the shield, or the ZR button if you're playing this on the Wii U. This is the GameCube version though, so it'll be R. Anyway. So go ahead and speak with Tetra, and then she will be able to, well, take us with her on their voyage. She'll poke a little bit of fun out of you too, so it's always great. So once you're ready, go ahead and select yes, and then we're off. We've got another cutscene out of the way. What she's going to do is she's going to tell you that you need to go below deck and see Nico, because otherwise you'll just get in everyone's way if you don't. And yeah, if you talk to someone else, they'll basically yell at you and say, hey, can you please go somewhere else? You're in the way. Very friendly, of course, right? Very welcoming. I feel very welcomed on board. But they're pirates. They're not supposed to be welcoming. Anyway, down below board here is Nico. He's in some sort of very large room down here, and this right here is going to start sort of a challenge. Not necessarily a mini game, it's not the best way to describe it, but It's a challenge, especially was for me the first time through. You should be fine at it though. Of course, not guaranteed to get it the first try though. So you have to do this challenge of where you got to jump over platforms in order to get to the other side here. It sounds pretty simple though. So as you can see, you step on the switch and that will raise the platforms up and they spin, which is very cool to see. And they're differently spaced out. So we'll jump onto the first one. And as you can clearly see, the next one over there is too far, but there is something hanging there. There's a torch hanging on a piece of rope. So what you do is you swing on the ropes, and then you have to let go at just the right time. However, you cannot let go if it's too far forward because you will miss the platform altogether and just fall. Yeah, it took me a while to figure that out the first time I was playing. So you basically have to press the A button to get off whenever you're midair, I'd say, not too far behind and not too far forward. I'm gonna demonstrate this here in a minute once I try. And of course he's gonna poke fun at you and say, oh, it's gonna take you a whole year to get over here. Now, yeah, no one's guaranteed doing the first try, but 1 whole year? That's just ridiculous now, come on. That's laughable even. Now this switch here just lowers them, and I did this just to reset the time because this is a time limit. I don't think I mentioned that. These are time limited and you have to do it just the right time. So just jump right here to the first one, and I use the first person view mode just to straighten myself. It didn't work all that well, but whatever. About right there is where you want to jump off, not too far forward or else you will just completely jump over it, which is not what you want. I probably could have pressed there and it was fine, but yeah, look at that, I almost didn't make that, so I got kind of lucky there. Now, thankfully, I actually did get it my first try, so that's always cool. This will take a few tries if you're not that good at it, which I understand. It took me quite a few tries my first time. And as you heard the timer, it was just beginning to tick, and once you hear it beginning to tick, that means that there are only about 10 seconds left, and then the platforms will lower and then you'll have to try again. But thankfully, as you saw, I made it over there my first try. Everyone's different. You aren't going to be as good as I am in some things. You aren't going to be as bad as I am in some things. Doesn't matter, really. But now that we're over here, he's going to tell us that there's a treasure on the other side. And he doesn't really know if he'll get in trouble if I take it or not. So, I don't know how I feel about that. But regardless, it's mine now. Inside this chest is the spoils bag. Now, you might be puzzled as you first look at this thing, which definitely I was. This is not what I was expected on getting. I was expecting, you know, like rupees or a piece of heart or an item or something. But this? What am I supposed to do with this? Well, this thing is to store certain collectibles, which is pretty nice. It's more helpful than you'd think, really. We'll get into more of it later, but Tetra called us up and told us that we've arrived at the Forsaken Fortress somehow already. Well, we really haven't been down here that long. It's only been 5 minutes, not even, and somehow we're all the way to the Forsaken Fortress, and it's nighttime. So, yeah, the sun sets in 5 minutes apparently. Alright, go ahead and climb the ladder all the way up to the top where Tetra is, and then we will start our Forsaken Fortress discovery here. There she sits. Very hideous and mysterious, and yeah, I don't know what to think about this place. It's a dump, honestly. Pretty hilarious of him just freaking out and... yeah, this will be pretty terrifying. And yes, your eyes are not deceiving you. They are about to launch you over at the Forsaken Fortress. This is a good idea. I don't know if the fact that he says we're pros should make me feel good about this or feel worse about this. Probably worse, considering how we landed, and as you see, our sword has fallen out and we don't have it anymore. Alright, welcome to the Forsaken Fortress. This is yeah, probably one of my least favorite parts of the game. Not that it's really too hard. And I say that just because, well, let's get a load of this first. So Tetra is able to talk to us even though she's clearly not here, right? What's going on? So she just gave us this stone here, which allows her to basically spy on you, or she can see what we're doing through this, and of course she can hear me. Even though it's in my pocket, she can see me, so that's some kind of magic. So this is a stealth section essentially, and that's why I don't like this, because I really don't like stealth sections. As you can see out there, there are rupees. I didn't grab them just because I just wanted to complete this as fast as possible, because I hate stealth sections. You have to hide in this barrel and then stop moving. I almost got caught there. Stop moving as the lights shine on you, because if you move, then you'll get caught. And I would have been fine there. I had a little bit of trouble with the camera on the GameCube controller. I'm not used to playing this, really. I haven't really played this game in a while, so that's why I was having some issues. Now that we're up here, though, I was confused and wasn't sure where to go for a minute. So I went in this door here because I thought there was something, but there isn't anything in here, so I just walk right back out in a second. I guess I was just trying to explore a bit, see what there is. There are a couple of things to get in here. Yeah, so I didn't really recognize this room, so I thought, oh, I guess this isn't it then. Now, the Forsaken Fortress is a dungeon in this game, but we're not actually going to be completing it. We will be coming back here much later to complete this dungeon. So for right now, we're just here to get our sword back and get Errol, essentially. So we have two goals now. So if you look over there, you can see there's a treasure chest, and I wanted to make sure I would jump on this. And this treasure chest contains... I believe it contains a treasure chart. I actually don't remember. Oh no, it's the dungeon map. Okay, well, there's your dungeon map. So now you can see everywhere in this dungeon. Okay. And down there, there's a cell. I actually jumped down here and then got caught by the Moblin guard here. Just because there was something I wanted to do. Actually, yeah, you step on this switch here and it opens that door up. I thought you had to place a barrel on it, but you don't. But even though I did anyway. In here, there is a treasure chest. And it contains a piece of heart. My first playthrough, I actually forgot about it and I didn't get it. And yeah, that was pretty annoying. But here's the first piece of heart. And it takes 4 pieces of heart to get a heart container. I'll be showing you where all of them are. I just wanted to see if that moblin was there. And I was looking around to see if there was any way out, so I couldn't find one. So I decided I'll just get caught. Because it actually makes it easier if you get caught by this guy. And I thought I got him stuck there, but I didn't. I thought he was stuck by the door, and if that were the case, my game would have froze. I'd have to reset, because you can't move during that cutscene. Yeah. So, we're seemingly trapped, right? Wrong. Get on this shelf, move this jar out of the way, get a rupee. They get a nice table. Hey, and you get a rupee. Maybe being caught up here isn't that bad. Also, while you're crouching, you can go into first-person mode if you didn't know that. What I was trying to do that while I was under Link's grandmother's porch, but it wouldn't let me, so I guess it's only for certain areas. Okay, now I'm in that room where I was before, where I saw that chest here. But I just decided to get out of here. Anyway, just go ahead and exit the door, and then we're going to keep going. We have a few other things to do here in the Forsaken Fortress. The searchlights, we actually need to have them turned off because we can't really get up there without getting caught. And yeah, we have to have those off. It's a problem. So this is actually where I came from. And if you walk up this slanted path right up here, you can see it will lead to one of the towers that has a searchlight. Just climb the ladder here, and I actually got interrupted by the stone here. Tetra's trying to talk to me. She's just gonna give you information that there's a bokoblin operating that searchlight, and you just have to basically take it out. You're probably thinking, well, wait a minute. I don't have my sword. Yes, but you can still take them out because you have the shield, and you can make the bokoblin hit your shield with your weapon, and then it will drop its weapon because it will lose its grip. Essentially, though, there's this pot of Deku sticks here that I like to use, which it's essentially your only weapon for now, just this pot of Deku sticks. Yeah, get close, and then help bring searchlights out. That cutscene only plays once, even though there are 3 of these to visit. So this is what I like to do. I just like to use the pot of Deku sticks and then just whack him. You can't hit him while he's down, and I don't understand why. They really should have done that, I think. Alright, you don't have to do anything with the controls. He just brings them up by himself, and that's all he can do here. You can just deflect it and use his weapon, or just use that pot of Deku sticks. I showed you what happens if you do both. Now that tower is next, although I have to pass through this room in order to get to it. So just enter the door and then come to the other side of the room. Now this is also where I was before, although I'm going the other way now, and I was confused thinking, wait, am I going the right way? But don't worry, I figured it out. Honestly, the Forsaken Fortress, it's definitely doable. It's not that hard, really. You just gotta kind of mess around here and discover, like, yeah, it's annoying. Like, I really don't like this place. But it's really not that hard. Alright, second searchlight here. Now I show you what happens whenever you use his weapon against him, and I wanted to back away from a second just so we had room. So he's gonna hit your shield. And his weapon, he just drops his weapon. He doesn't do that every time, maybe every other time, but he did it for me the first time. So yeah, you can just use his weapon. And this is the first Zelda game that had that ability. You see this also in Skyward Sword. Twilight Princess doesn't have this, but Skyward Sword does. But it's definitely more common in this game. I don't know. So these searchlights are out now. The last one. The last one is over here, and all you have to do is just enter the door here, and they're all fairly close to each other, which I can appreciate, just because you don't really have to backtrack through this dungeon too much, and nobody likes backtracking. I'm pretty sure you can trust me on this. Nobody likes backtracking, so it's perfectly fine. On the other side of the door here, we'll be able to climb the tower to get the final pair of searchlights here. So once you're done that, just it'll give you a cinematic cutscene of that's where Arrow's locked up. I think we've actually cleared all of the necessary searchlights. However, though, I'm still going to show you how to get all of them, like I said before. So that ladder there, we can't climb, not that we need to because searchlights are over here. Now go ahead and climb the ladder here, and then this will be our final searchlights to take out here. I think I used the jar of Deku sticks again, just because I think it's more fun. To aim, you just hold down the L button, just L target him. And I'm surprised I actually made that. I thought it would either be too far or too close. Thankfully, it was just right. Alright, now our objective is to go see Errol. So you can't really get caught by the searchlights anymore. The only thing you can get caught by are those Moblin guards. So all I have to do is just head north into this door, and this will be the climactic part of the dungeon here. Well, actually it's after this room. Yeah. You can explore the bottom floor of this too. I don't really know if there's anything else for you to get. That's in our interest right now. That piece of heart was basically the only thing. And oh yeah, over here, of course, it's going to show a cinematic cutscene here. Here's a little shortcut that can, whenever you turn later, you can use this. Just push this wooden box and it'll fall, giving you access to this ladder. Surprisingly, it didn't break somehow. Another cinematic cutscene. Those are the doors we need to go. And then, of course, Tetra is going to interrupt us here again. She's going to tell you if you want to reach your sister, you need to go to the tower below where she's being held. So, not really sure why she had to say that, because it sounds like common knowledge to me. So, rather interesting. In any case, this is probably the most irritating room in the game, and definitely where you need to be the most careful. So there's a barrel right here for you to hide into. Now whatever you do, do not press the A button, because Link will take it off and put it in front of him. Oh, and watch out for that rat too, because that rat can remove the barrel from you. And I was actually worried that it would, and it was having some problems. Like, look at this thing. It's clipping through walls, and it's just kind of running around, and it kept me from going forward because I really didn't want the rat to see me. Now these moblins, yes, they will sniff around, but don't worry, that doesn't necessarily mean they found you. If you're staying still, doesn't matter, you can be right next to it. I'm practically in its face, but since I'm staying still, you'll be just fine. Now if he moves a little bit and you quickly hurry down, you should be just fine too. But if you hear the dinging bells and you see the fire, then you've screwed it up and you have to restart. Thankfully, I was able to get through there just fine. If you do what I just did, you should be too. This isn't the last stealth part of this. There's one more moblin to hide from, and he's just up ahead here. But don't worry, he'll... Actually, this one's pretty annoying too, since it's got a very strange pattern, strange walking pattern, and there's virtually no walls to hide behind. You see right here, we have to go forward and then go to the left up the ramp here. But of course, look at that. He thinks he smelled something. No, I'm still moving and I'm just fine now. But at this point, you have to be still, especially since he's walking right toward us. They all have a walking pattern. But I find it interesting how they don't even question that all of their searchlights are out. They're not even thinking, hey, something seems wrong. They just think, yeah, I'm just patrolling, you know? Somehow he didn't smell me, which, yeah, I'll take that. Just be very careful, ever so slightly. You should be able to do it. He's on alert. Alright. That is basically the end of the stealth section here. See, I told you it wasn't too bad. It's just annoying. I hate stealth sections personally. Even if it's a game meant for stealth, I still don't like stealth sections. That's why I don't really play those stealth games, really, or whatever. I just hate trying to hide and not being known. Okay, come across here. Seemingly there's no way to get across, but if you press A, you can sidle across. I used to think it said slide, but then I realized, wait a minute, it says sidle. As if it's a real word. But yeah, you just have to, as you can see, he's slowly creeping along this wall. Now this is where, one time I was playing here and I didn't take out all the searchlights, and I was right here and the light shone on me, and I think they shot some cannon balls, and it hit me, and then I had to start over the whole stealth section, so it's pretty annoying. I hear something flying, but I don't know what it was. But doesn't matter, because here we are at the top, and there's my sword. And I've never known someone to get that happy about getting a sword. And this really epic music starts. Go ahead and pick up your sword, and then revenge on you. You don't have to equip it or anything, which I found interesting. You didn't have to equip it whenever we got it either. It just equips it for you. I'll take that, but sometimes it's nice. So after that bokoblin has been killed, that door will open and, ooh, drops a joy pendant for us. Don't remember if I got one already, but I guess I did. Joy pendants are a collectible item for the spoils bag. That's where you keep them. There she is, as well as a couple others. Well, there you go. Looks like we've essentially failed at saving our sister. That's certainly going to boost confidence in us.
Hey. Hey.
Some mysterious voice and seemingly no one. Yes, here is a talking boat. This is the King of the Red Lions, and he's essentially your guide throughout this game. Almost every Zelda game has one, as we all know. Ocarina of Time has Navi, Majora's Mask has Tattle, this game has the King of the Red Lions, Twilight Princess has Midna, Skyward Sword has Fi. Pretty cool. However, though, of course, he's only your guide if you're on the sea, because we can't exactly use him on land. And he's going to tell you about Ganon, that mysterious, dark, evil man that we saw in the Forsaken Fortress. And we saw he was in control of that bird who decided to just throw us out to the sea. And yeah, the King of the Red Lions essentially saved our life, so yeah, he likes to joke and mess around, as you may have noticed in the beginning there, but yeah, we ought to give it to him. Yeah, he saved our life. So now it's our mission to get this guy's sail. However, though, I'll be doing that in the next episode. So join me for the next episode where we'll be getting the King of Red Lions a sail and exploring this next island here.